Hi, we're going to have a quick chat around intellectual property, what it stands for, and for a technology organization like ours, what is its implications and why it's important for us, right? So, what is an intellectual property? It's nothing but, as the name says, it's a work that is derived from a person's mind, basically, an innovation. It could be creative, artistic, it could be technology, it could be solution, it could be a particular manner of solving a particular problem statement, whatever the case may be, anything that comes as an intellectual output. How do we actually take care? That's an intellectual property, right? And so why should we worry about it? It's not a question of innovation, it's a question of protecting the innovator and their rights with respect to how that innovation is utilized, consumed, made available, and in many cases also how they are rewarded back for their innovation and the value that their innovation contributes to the community, right? So beautiful examples of these innovations and, more importantly, intellectual property in action are in the industries like music industry or in entertainment industry, where the whole concept of copyrights or royalties as it's paid to book authors or to musicians, etc., is a very important source of recognition as well as income for them for the intellectual property that they have created and contributed towards the society. So, for a technology company like ours, right, and when we start saying that I am going to build products and solutions, it is built on a lot of intellectual property that we end up creating, because we are just not using some softwares or tools, but actually we are looking to see how to apply them to solve real world problem statements that are faced by our target customers, in our case, banks and insurance companies, as to how they actually can solve the problems of the customers in an innovative way, provide better experience, better solutions at a pace, at a level of performance and resiliency and reliability that is not easily matched by others. So there are multiple mechanisms by which you can protect your intellectual property, right? And these typically fall under four categories. You can do patents, where you have registered patent offices across multiple countries with different jurisdictions. There are also mechanisms of expanding the meaning or the reach of the patents across multiple jurisdictions, and these are all established mechanisms. And needless to say, the patents all provide proper legal cover in case an innovator believes someone is violating the same. The second very important aspect, which works a lot across the examples that I picked up, like music entertainment, is the copyrights, right? So, copyright is another very important mechanisms where creative work of arts primarily falls or primarily gets the rights for the same gets properly attributed to the innovator. The third comes trademarks, which is more focused on those taglines or those specific words. Potentially, it could be even images, icons, as the case may be, that effectively identifies and resonates that particular product or that organization or that it could be the name or whatever the case may be. The last but not the least is trade secrets. And as the name says, it's a secret. Obviously, it's not going to be revealed anywhere. And so there's no such thing as central registration of trade secrets. It's something that's managed within that particular organization. So the primary focus when it comes to IP and IP protection, I would say, falls under all these three aspects: patents, copyrights, and trademarks. And a good mix of using all of these three for any product organization gives them the ability to protect their intellectual property. And it also, in it also becomes a measure of the strength of that particular organization in their intellectual property. Okay, it gives the mechanism of saying how that can drive towards better growth, better sustainability of the organization, their IP, and how they are able to apply that IP towards creating more innovative solutions, solving the next level problem statements as it comes across to various customers. This journey does come with a set of considerations that each one of us also have to take care of, right? One side, as an innovator, I would love to, for any item that I'm creating, I would love to ensure that I get the right level of protection through any of these channels. That also makes me responsible to ensure that I also watch out for the same patents, copyrights, and trademarks that others have already registered and actively look to ensure that I do not violate the same. Right? That also is something that each and every one of us should strive to do. The other aspect is the our current mode of social engagement and our need to broadcast and make visible our achievements in many ways actually ends up counterproductive to IP protection. Now you may say, where does it hit? I've done well, I need to broadcast it, I need to make it visible. That is a constant emerging need. I shouldn't say emerging, that's a constant need for any organization to broadcast what they have done well and help everyone understand and see the value. But the cost of that also is that once it is made available as general knowledge, the ability to protect it as something that is owned by you also gets constrained. I'm not saying no, cannot be done, but it's not always going to be a straight walk, also. So, from that perspective, balancing how you handle the privacy part of it, educating your organization members, the people who are sharing the details of your products, your IPs, your solutions, how they are supposed to articulate the same, how they are supposed to share the same, again becomes an important aspect. And as an organization to arrive at a strategy, like what we have done for our org, as to how we have arrived at a strategy to have the right balancing mix between how we secure our IP, how we file our patents, copyrights, and also how we also make the same available. Okay, and we share the information about the same to our customers, our prospects, all interested parties, and where necessary, even to a larger community. All of them comes under a broad, proper, well-designed plan that we look and strive to execute. So that's basically what I would like to share with you as an introduction about intellectual protection and what, as an organization, that each and every one of us should be striving to do to generate better value for our IP, protect it, and also make it easily available, understandable for others to use, consume.